All right, let's do another live stream here. This live stream, we are going to be checking out a video. I had it downloaded, I had it saved. I haven't watched it yet, but I figured I'm looking at this YouTube barber. He's got a lot of content. He's been putting in work. He deserves way more subscribers. My man has 5,500 subscribers with 80 videos. And I promise you, all of his videos are super high quality. So I really don't understand why he doesn't have more subscribers. But I'm hoping by doing these live streams, I'll be able to help promote people's channels that I feel like deserve more viewers, deserve more love, and are helping elevate the industry. So I'm going to continue to do this. We just did Yo Fonz's video, which, I gave you guys kind of like the backstory of it with some commentary. I haven't watched this video yet, but if you guys aren't subscribed to Rum Barber, this is him right here, Rum Barber. If you guys are not subscribed to this guy right here, Rum Barber, subscribe. The dude is a beast, amazing, and his content is amazing. So I promise you guys, it says I watched it, but I literally just clicked here for a thumbnail for my live stream. So haven't watched it.
Every other.
Let's check it out. Ready? And let's go.
I'm Barber here, and today we're going to be doing a follow-on video from last week's Best Cordless Clippers of 2018 video, which itself was a follow-on from the previous Best Cordless Trimmers video. Today we're going to be talking about the best foil shavers of 2018.
I like the intro. The intro's dope.
And so we can give you the most thorough review possible. We have done a range of foils this year, starting from the incredibly high value Bronze Series 9.
But hold on, Rum Barbers. You gotta have the right dock though. You don't have the dock that you can self-clean the shaver, man. That's like one of the biggest selling points.
Down to the brand new Babyliss Pro.
Yes.
Then you've got the Wall 5-star Finale.
Yes.
The Andis foil. And finally, the Chemis. So we'll start.
Hold on. What are the Chemis? I've never heard of that brand before. Can you guys see? Fat dude, you asked to turn it up. Can you hear us now?
Are at the high end of the range, and that would be the Bronze Series 9.
Definitely.
Now, you would obviously think that the higher the price, you're going to be automatically saying these are the best ones. Now, Braun don't make professional barber products. They make personal products for personal use at home. And this is a very good, very powerful foil that a lot of barbers have taken to using recently, but you can still see in the design of it that it is for personal use. And I'm talking mainly about having this little trimmer on the back here for doing your own personal lineups. Placement-wise on the foil, not really in a place where people would want to use it because you're using it, holding it like this, and quite often when I've been using it throughout the day, that can pop up right there. And depending on where you are in the haircut, that can be pretty dangerous for what you're for.
So before he gives his opinion, this is what I'm gonna tell you. That shaver right there costs probably everything else that's on his station. You can combine all of those, and that's probably what this shaver right here cost. The push-up trimmer screams personal use. I personally think it's an amazing shaver. I use it every day. I typically use it more so on more sensitive skin. It doesn't get as close as the other shavers, for example, in my opinion, but it's a beast. It mows through like hair. You can do a 1.5. You can shave with this thing. So before I hear his opinion, I just want to give you guys a quick, brief opinion of mine.
Boiling. Now, they've probably become so popular with barbers because of how powerful the foils are. And I gotta say, they are very powerful and they do get nice and close with the skin. You've got this little lift and pull blade that's inside there as well for lifting and pull hair, particularly when you're coming around neck trims underneath there. It proves quite handy. It does take it close.
That's what that's for.
It is a powerful foil. And while it does fold out quite nicely and it doesn't leave a particularly strong foil line, the design of it being a personal use, the head rotates quite a lot. Now you can lock it but it's not 100% stuck in place. And I personally and other people in the shop have found that a bit troublesome when you're doing something like balding out, doing a fade, because you're not really getting a set angle on it. It's hard to kind of get a flick motion in to get rid of that line. And it's a nice enough line. It's not particularly strong, but it is there. And the ergonomics of these things make it a little bit difficult to truly get that chipped off. But on the plus side, they're waterproof, and that means that you can take that off.
You get used to it,
and
though.
rinse it underwater to get rid of all those little bits of hair that you can sometimes struggle to get rid of on other.
You know what it is, though? We've been using the same shavers, the same box shavers, the same shape shavers for so long. It's kind of just like you get used to it. Like, I got used to the Bronze Series 9. I have no issues taking out any bald line. Rodolfo Medina, he says he didn't agree with the video, but so far, I am like, I agree with most of what he has said so far. Just there's some things like getting used to it was pretty quick for me. I don't know.
Foils, which is really, really handy. And the foils themselves are titanium, which makes them really, really tough in comparison to other ones I've used. But you also get a 15-minute runtime from a 1-hour charge, which is comparable to a lot of the other foils that we'll be talking about. But no great shakes for the 300 pounds or whatever these cost.
Yeah,
and
they're
on
expensive.
that note, they are great foils, but I still don't feel like they're worth the money. I feel like now, having used them an awful lot more than maybe I did in the previous review of these, I appreciate them more. They're a fine tool. But even after all this time and appreciating them more and thinking they're much better than I initially did, I still wouldn't pay that much money for them. And next foils we're going to talk about are the Andis foils. Now, these are the first set of foils that I owned. You can see a very worn down sticker on the back of that. Had these because when you start out, you get your first set of foils, and these are the ones you see everyone using, so that's why I got them. If we hadn't started reviewing foils, I doubt I would have picked up another set. The overall performance on these has been great. You're not replacing the blades or the foils themselves too often. They've been working just fine. I've not felt a particular decrease in power over the years I've been using them. I still find myself coming back to them every now and then. I've got no real problem with the foil. They've got a rotary motor in there as well, which makes them quite powerful. You get up to 9,000 strokes per minute, and yes, I did just say strokes. And the best thing about the design of them is where the button is. The button is right there at the front, and it's got grip, and it's the way you would hold them, and it just goes like that. And if you're holding them around here, it's easy enough there as well. You've got a nice solid design for them. Doesn't matter.
Hold on. This is what I would say about these shavers. Literally, like, these were my hitters before Barbers came out with theirs, before Braun was even a thing. And Wall was like the brand. After that, after Andis came out with these, it was a wrap. And then I think Wall came out with the, I don't know if he doesn't have them up there, but they came out with the Wall, I forget the name of the shavers, but it's all black instead of this maroon color. I forget the name. But those are supposed to be more comparable with these Andis. The Andis, though, fire, never had a problem with the foils breaking. They worked really well. Never worked the same after like the first week, I feel like. But still, the finales, there you go. Thank you, Chad. Thank you, Jesse. But the Andis was amazing. And then Babyliss and Braun came out. If he doesn't give Braun like the upper hand above these Andis, then I don't agree with the video. But we all have our own opinions. I respect his. If he doesn't, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. If he don't give the Babyliss the upper hand over the Andis, and if he gives this brand I've never heard of, Chemi, whatever, the upper hand over all of these, then I'm copping ASAP.
No matter how much product you've got in your hand or how many slippy stickers you put on the other side of it, you're always getting them on. They never feel like they're going to come out. There's never any problem with that. And finally, the hypoallergenic foils themselves, great, obviously because of hygiene, but also they're quite soft. They're not particularly hard on people, even though they are still quite secure, and they're quite solidly built. Don't really have any problems with that either. I think I've replaced the blade. I mean, you're recommended to replace the blades every 6 months, and I may not stick to that I certainly haven't replaced them every 6 months. Maybe once a year or something like that. So all in all, I'm really fond of these, and it's easy to see why with the performance on them. They're pretty much a staple in every barber shop. Now the first set of foils I got after these was I went on to the Wall 5-star finales.
Oh, he does have the
And
finales.
like I said, I had no real problem with the Andis.
You know, it's funny that what he's using to spray the talc powder. I've never seen that until I went to Rome. I was in Rome. And that was the first time I saw it. And Paolo, the barber that invited me out to Rome to teach a class, he actually gifted me like 2 of those, and that's what I'm using at the shop now. So cool little gadget.
I've been quite happy using them.
And obviously, I'm talking about what he just used in his hand.
But I'm a big fan of Wall products. I wanted to see what they had to offer. Now it's got a rotary motor as well, so in that sense it's quite comparable with the Andis. It seems to be the thing that they've brought out to compete with Andis in the foil market. The foils themselves up there, an awful lot harder than the Andis foils, and I have found myself replacing the head on these probably, no joke, at least 6 or 7 times.
Whoa.
Since I've had them. I've had them maybe a year and a half, 2 years tops. In fact, maybe roundabout there, and I've replaced the head on them 7 times. Not because they get dull, not because I'm being finicky about it, but because it breaks. It breaks really easily, even if you don't drop it.
He's being real.
Little chunks popping out of the foil there, and it's like 20-25 quid a replacement on that. Oof. I mean, I could have bought another 2 sets of these with the money I've spent on replacement heads for them.
No.
But on the plus side, like the Andis foils as well, you've got a nice solid grippy button at the front there that can be used either way.
You know where Wall's making a mistake? They have what I think is one of the most. Hold on one second. My laptop's about to die. Like, they have the opportunity to really market their product and solve an issue, right? And what I mean by that is, I'm sorry guys, hold on, my laptop about to die, and that is not cool. There it is. So Wall is like the only shaver that I know that offers different size fittings for their shaver. And what I mean by that is they have a super close foil head. They have a sensitive skin foil head. They have like 4 different measurements for the foil heads, but they don't market it. Like, most barbers don't even know that they exist, and it's like, that would be amazing if it all came in the same packaging, because if I can switch, I don't know how much more it's going to cost them, but if I can, they already have the product. If I can switch from super close to sensitive skin with a push of a button, yo, that's game changer. Put it in the same packaging. Put it in the professionals packaging. You know, make a pro pack where all the heads come with the Wall finale. I can't wait to have clippers and shavers and stuff. Like, I can't wait to do it.
And they've got 90-minute runtime on them as well, so again, you're barely charging them.
What up, Concise?
Now also as well, in comparison to the Andis foils, these ones were a wee bit more than the Andis foil.
Chad, they already have a shaver that does it. It's the one that's sold at like Walmart. It's one that's like, I don't even think it's part of Wall's Pro line. That's my point. They have clippers at Walmart that come with the premium guards for like $40. How does that make any sense? We need a pro pack. We need a finale shaver, not a Walmart shaver. We need all 3 heads.
So price-wise, a little bit more expensive. And we decided that we would go right down to the budget end of the foils and review these Chemi foils. Now we've got these into review.
Let's see what he got.
Because we had some Chemi Magic clips that they were selling for
that's the
quarter
brand.
of the price of a set of Wall Magic clips. And then when these came out, they looked very, very similar, but not entirely similar.
That's whack to me.
To the Wall Finale 5 stars. So we thought we'd get a set in, try them out. $12.99, wasn't expecting an awful lot, but surprisingly good foils. If you're talking about value for money, you need a quick replacement set, these will do you. Sure, the engine's not as powerful, so you maybe have to go over things a little bit more often. And like the Braun foils, they've also got this a little annoying bit at the back for lineups that can sometimes come out and potentially do you a mischief when you're doing a haircut. But I mean, for $12.99,
$12.99, that's insane.
Apart from the one thing which was kind of funny, that the box said gold hypoallergenic foils on it. And these are clearly not gold, so I would doubt very much that they're even hypoallergenic. But you can save being that nitpicky for when you're spending like
I love his editing. I love his editing.
For your first foils, for a backup set to have lying around in case your other ones fritz out on you, for $12.99 you can't really argue with these. And finally, we'll get to the new release this year, the Battleless Pro foils. Now, we only had these in a couple weeks ago. We did an unboxing video for them, and we gave you some initial thoughts on them. But now it's been a couple weeks, so we can give you a little bit more in-depth on the performance of these foils. Now, when we first got them in, we didn't have a huge amount of information on them, but since then, we found out that they actually start from a 3-hour runtime, which as a runtime pretty much dwarfs every other set of foils in the competition. Like the rest of the foils that we've been talking about.
I know it was 3 hours.
The rotary motor and the hypoallergenic foils. But that's where the similarities end, really, because I have been so blown away with the performance of these foils. They are so powerful. They don't even leave a bald line.
He's a real one. I told you guys, I have not watched this review. This is the first time I watched this review, and I told you guys, if he doesn't make these the top shavers, you can argue the Bronze are better. But if he don't make these better than the Andes shavers, then I don't agree with his review. But this is like he's on point. These shavers are fire.
It just smooths right out. It takes it closer than any other set of foils. Everything I did with these, I ran the Braun Series 9 over.
Yes, Jorge.
To see if it was going to pick up any extra. Didn't pick up a thing. And yet when I used the Braun Series 9 on people first, and then ran these over afterwards, I was picking up hair. That's how close these get. That's how powerful these things.
So, remember when I told you guys I love the Braun Series because I use them for people with sensitive skin. If I'm using below the neck or in the back of the neck, I grab my Braun Series 9. But if I'm doing on the side of the head or right here and I want a really close shave, that's the shaver I grab.
Things are. And considering it's a third of the retail price of the Braun, and probably comparable with your wall finales, I mean, that's nothing to be sniffed at all. I really, really like these foils. There have been some people, I've looked at a few reviews, and a couple people in the shop don't like a little bit of the design on them. They find that button there in an awkward place for the power button. There's also not an awful lot of grip on here.
He might be talking about my review. That's some of the complaints I had. The grip, the slip, how easily it scratches, and the button placement. And it's something I know the people at Barbers, great people. I know the people at Andes, great people. I know the people at Wall, amazing people. But the people at Barbers, they understand, they see the issue with it, with the button placement. And I think that's something they would change on 2.0, right? So when they come out with the next version, that's probably one of the big things that they'll change. But they're aware of that issue. And that's such, if they would have just involved Barbers in the development of this product, and they probably did. I know some of the guys that are involved are Barbers, but I don't think they're Barbers that are actually behind the chair cutting. You know what I'm saying? They're Barbers. They have that perspective. They know what barbers want. But there's functional things. There's things that subconsciously we don't think about until we're actually in the workplace using it. So the button placement is off, but if you can overlook that, amazing shaver.
Here, so you might feel like you haven't got a solid handle on them. I personally haven't found that, and I think that's mainly because of the weight of them. They're an awful lot heavier than every other set of foils we have there, and I feel like maybe I'm just gripping onto them a little bit tighter because of how much heavier they are. The button doesn't bother me. I don't mind
long
it
guy.
being placed
Kenny,
there.
thank you.
I've not found myself clipping that button off to remove them.
I've done it.
Which is another thing I'd heard and read about these. But to me, that hasn't been a problem. So personally, I'm fine with it. And everybody else can just grow up and get over it. And so if I hadn't made that any more abundantly clear than I have already, I'm going to have to give these Babyliss Pro foils the best foils of 2018. I mean, you could almost say that they're the default best foils because they're the only ones that came out this year out of everything we talked about.
True.
But performance-wise, blows the rest of them out of the water. Price-wise, it's sitting there right in the
Great
middle.
price.
So for overall...
One thing he didn't talk about was how it's all metal. It's the only one that's all metal. It feels so premium. When my clients see it and I put it in their hands, if I had some at the shop in stock, they would buy it off of me right there and then. The cap that goes on it that protects it, like one of the biggest gripes I have, even with my Braun comes with a travel pouch, but who uses the travel pouches, right? The fact that this has a metal cap that goes on top to protect the foils, I can travel with it anywhere and know my foils aren't gonna break. It's all metal. It's amazing.
Overall value for money, you can't really argue with the best performance at the medium price. That's insane. And they look great as well. I said this before in the previous reviews. I've been a big fan of Babyliss in the last wee while, and part of that has been like the look of everything. I really like all the stainless steel stuff they're bringing out, the nice chrome finish. Okay, another slight thing. Maybe this is gonna need constantly clean because it's got your thumb marks and products and everything. But
mine is scratched up.
Who cares, man? If you're busy, your stuff should be dirty anyway.
Yo, that's bars. Low key. If you're a barber, that's bars. If you're busy, your stuff's gonna get dirty. If your stuff is clean, you ain't busy enough. One thing I will tell you, S-Craft Blends, if you guys know who he is, he painted his. He buffed it out and he painted his a matte black, and he doesn't have that issue. Another thing that could cause an issue, if you have really good lighting, obviously that reflective, that shininess can affect your eyes, especially if you're cutting all day in the shop. Could you imagine that shininess, every haircut just reflecting in your face? That can get annoying. So he's on here, S-Craft Blends, my guy. What up, bro? So what I would say is I wish Babyliss had more options, more colorways, because I would go for matte white or matte black or matte red, or definitely like a pine green. Definitely. If they did that, it would be crazy.
They are just solidly outperforming every other set of foils in the shop. I have no problem saying these are the best ones here. Now, normally this is where I would invite you into the comment section to say, hey, tell me what you think, but you'll be wrong if you think these are better than whatever it is you're going to tell me. You're wrong. Go get yourself a set, try them out, then come back and tell me how wrong you were, because you will. Nah, I'm only kidding.
No, don't kid. I like that. Don't be PC. Don't be politically correct. Look, I'm going to tell you guys, try them out. If you don't like them, if you like the wall finales more than these, I'm sorry. I don't know what to say to you, bro. That's crazy talk to me. I respect Ron Barber so much. Amazing editing, amazing perspective. He was informative about every product that he put out there. He's a sleeper, just like my boy S-Craft Blends. I might just do a reaction to S-Craft Blend next, one of his videos, because these are sleeper barbers who are killing it as far as work, as far as quality, as far as content. Need more followers, need more subscribers, and need to be heard. But yeah, Ron Barber, bro, thank you for this review. Amazing.
If you want to talk about any of these other foils here, if you've got any other questions or anything else you want to know, just leave us a comment in the section below. So, as always, thanks very much for watching, everybody. Thanks very much for liking. Thanks very much for sharing. And we'll see you next time.
Look, guys. This is not okay. This is not okay. 5.5. He's got over 80 videos, and he only has 5,000 subscribers. Come on. Go to his channel right now, subscribe, Go into his latest video, watch it, comment, let him know Basio sent you here, and you guys appreciate his content. So that he's motivating. He continues to make videos. You know how he probably loves what he does, and that's why he does such high quality videos. But it's like when you put out great work, you want clients to come back. When you cut hair in the shop and you giving them the best you can give them, you hope that they book another appointment with you, not with another guy. It hurts a little bit when you put your blood, sweat, and tears and passion into a video, because it takes a lot of time to edit a video. A lot of time, a lot of money. I mean, he bought all those shavers. He's got high quality cameras. He spent hours editing the video. Obviously, he edited it on a good program that costs hundreds of dollars. The guy put in thousands of dollars into creating the content that he's created. And he probably doesn't even care if he gets the subscribers or the views, but damn, it feels good when you put work towards something and you get something in return. It feels really, really good. So if you guys can go to his channel, smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. Let's support the barbers who are helping elevate this industry, man. We need to. Love you guys. And definitely going to do a S-Craft Blends reaction video, because he's the most slept on barber. He just needs more content. That's my brother. You know he cuts right across from me, right? So I'll be cutting hair. I'll be putting out a blend. He'd be like, "Yo, that's blurry." And then he's cutting. He puts out a blend. I'm like, "Ooh." You know what I'm saying? Like, he cuts right next to me. And then Matt Gifted Hands cuts right next to us. And then we got some soldiers right next to us that are ready to put out content. I'm sure we got a blurry blends factory at our shop. So super excited about 2019, and we just gotta get S-Craft Blends back in the. We gotta get them back in it. All right. So love you guys. I might drop that reaction video tonight on S-Craft Blends. And I think I'm gonna do this often. I think this is a pretty dope platform. I think it's pretty cool, the content, and it's something that I can do all the time. I'm always on YouTube. I'm always taking information. So I would love to do this all the time. Instead of just watching a video and getting information from it, why not watch it with you guys, right? So y'all take care, man.